past year, a little over a year, I have been led into silence, into a state of observation, a state of listening. And through that, I experienced a large shift in my understanding. I experienced a large change within myself, some of it good, some of it bad, good and bad. At least what I perceived as good and bad. Within my silence, I found my rage. And inside of my rage, I found pain. The pain of not being heard. The pain of being misunderstood. The pain of so many years of expression and feeling and thought and experience and wisdom that was just so constricted within myself. So constricted within myself. I found at the root of my rage and my anger was pain. Pain. The pain of being given up on. The pain of being forgotten. The pain of being forced out. The pain of, just being treated like you're too much. You're too much to understand. You're too much to dig deeper into. Within that, I felt pain. I've carried pain. I just had a thought which inspired me to begin this video, which the thought was that I feel that many of us, we've grown accustomed to being in a world where we hear the voice of so many things, we hear so many voices, and among these voices we don't quite know exactly whose voice is who, what the source of this voice is, and when I say voice, it could be you see a pictograph, you see a picture, you see an artistic expression on Instagram, and it has like a quote on it, it has a saying, something, it's art. But you don't know who said that, you don't know who came up with that idea, you don't know whose voice that is, but you hear it. You hear it by seeing it, right? The mind receives it. And I feel we've grown so accustomed to being fed by all these voices. The first thing I'll say is it can grow very overwhelming. It can be very overwhelming to live in a time such as this, in a transition such as this. It's very overwhelming. When you hear all these voices, you see all these voices, you take in mentally all these voices, these vibrations, these measurements. It can be quite overwhelming. But where I'm getting to with this thought is that many of us do not share our own voices anymore. Sometimes within my own experience, I have thought like, I'm the only one struggling with this. I'm the only one struggling to express myself, to use my voice, to be authentic within my creativity, to actually create. Yeah, of course I felt alone in that, but I know I'm not alone because many other people relate to this experience and express these same things. We are people, we are humans, we are divine souls moving through this journey with this trauma of feeling like we can't speak, feeling like it's dangerous to speak. It's a dangerous feeling to be radical. It's a dangerous feeling to be bold, to be, I want to say opinionated, but also I don't want to say opinionated. It's not a matter of opinions, it's a matter of truth. It's a matter of what is at hand, what is on the table. So, to be radical feels dangerous, to be truthful feels dangerous at this time, because there is so much a pool of mud surrounding us. A pool of mud where clarity is sparse, where mud and fog and muckiness is all around us and clouding our vision, clouding our perceptions. We must learn to use our voices. We must have the courage, the initial courage to take the action to just speak. You see, I had a small grasp of inspiration, a small piece that came to me that led me to start this recording. And it's already been 7.5 minutes and I've had something to say. Sometimes I know I have everything to say. Not everything, but I have a lot to say. I have a lot to share. But I find myself battling with a state of fear. Battling with, a paralyzing fear that stops me from taking action. But I'm learning the action that is required to bring things into physical reality. So, anyway, silence is significant in the fact that we must allow space for it. We must allow space for us to be receptive to truth. If you quiet the mind from all the chatter, if you allow the mind to find solitude from the chatter, you will find clarity. Even if sometimes that clarity is hard to face or not what you wanted to face. You know, there's two deep sides. It's a spectrum of this experience. These experiences, some are pleasant, some are very frightening and terrifying. So the more we can accept and come face to face with this reality, we will gain clarity. And things will start to go smoother. So much of the chaos that we experience is because we entertain ourselves with chaos. And chaos is constantly coming on from all different directions to bombard. So remember the significance of silence, that it becomes a clear space. And then also remember to not become bound by silence, to not become constricted by silence. Be free. Allow yourself to be free. Blessings. May this message find you well. Until next time.